Autoline Daily is brought to you by Bridgestone, passion for excellence.
Here are today's top headlines. The Automotive Task Force is in Detroit trying to figure out what to do. The CAW agrees to concessions, and a look at some of the new technology on the new BMW 7 Series. Up next, we'll be back with the news behind the headlines. This is Autoline Daily for Monday, March 9, 2009, and now the news. The Obama administration's Automotive Task Force is in Detroit today trying to figure out what to do to save General Motors and Chrysler, as well as their suppliers and dealers. The task force still doesn't know what to do about the situation and is here to get a first-hand look at the people, the technology, and the facilities that they're supposed to save. Meanwhile, the political momentum is building in Washington, particularly amongst Republicans, to force GM and Chrysler into a Chapter 11 bankruptcy filing. Meanwhile, in the early hours yesterday morning, GM and the Canadian auto workers reached a deal on concessions that will put GM in line to get a $5 billion loan from the Canadian government. The Associated Press reports that the deal freezes pay and COLA and forces workers and retirees to pay health care premiums. But it also says that Chrysler believes it needs wage cuts from its Canadian workers to make them more competitive. The CAW starts voting on the GM agreement tomorrow. Since the bottom has fallen out of new vehicle sales, the prices of wholesale used cars are starting to rise. Autoblog reports that auction company Manheim says the root cause of this is a simple matter of supply and demand. 2/3 of new vehicle sales come with a trade-in. And since dealers are selling fewer new cars, the number of used cars entering the market has gone down. With the pick and slim, prices of used cars have nowhere to go but up. Chinese automaker SAIC is expected to deliver homegrown gas-electric hybrid vehicles to market by late 2011 or early 2012. Gasgoo.com reports that it's investing 6 billion yuan, nearly $800 million, or make that nearly $880 million, to develop this technology. SAIC says the biggest problem it faces bringing hybrid vehicles to market is the cost. They're tackling the problem head-on to reduce the selling price and to boost sales. Coming up next, look inside the new 2009 BMW 7 Series. We'll be back right after this.
Changing tires out here could be dangerous, but with these tires, I don't need to worry.
Bridgestone.
This spring, BMW releases the newest version of its luxury flagship, the 2009 7 Series. The company is looking to build on the success of the previous generation, which, since its debut in 2002, sold 325,000 cars globally, with more than a third of those sales coming from North America. The upgrades for 09 start under the hood with a new 4.4-liter twin-turbo V8 with 400 horsepower and 450 pound-feet of torque. A big jump from the previous 8-cylinder with numbers that even rival the last generation's V12. Another performance improvement was to the car's suspension system. BMW added driving dynamics control to allow the driver to adjust the ride from a variety of pre-programmed settings.
There are 4 modes available: Comfort, Normal, Sport, and Sport Plus. Each modifies the suspension setup, throttle response, level of power assist on the steering, shift points, and the driver aid settings. In addition, traction control can also be disengaged.
Another performance enhancement that can be found in the 7 Series is a new feature called Integral Active Steering. At low speeds, the rear wheels turn opposite of the front, making the car feel shorter and more maneuverable. Meanwhile, at high speeds, they turn in the same direction, giving the car a longer, more stable feel, increasing both control and safety. But the improvements don't stop there. As many of you know, BMW is famous for innovation inside the 7, which is where we'll pick it up again tomorrow. You know, Autoline Daily reaches a wide audience ranging from top decision makers in the industry to everyday consumers. They've all got one thing in common. They love the auto industry, the cars it makes, and the technology that goes into them. We have thousands of viewers from over 100 countries in the world. And if you'd like to advertise your company or product to these people, contact our Director of Sales, Jim Moskis, using the info on your screen, or click Contact Us at AutolineDetroit.tv. And that's it for today's show. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.
Visit our website for even more great content all week long. Autoline Extra, John's Journal, podcasts, and even more. So click over and get the inside view at AutolineDetroit.tv.